Hi, everyone. It's time for a story. It was a crisp autumn morning, and Lena Parker was busy as usual. Her 5-year-old daughter, Sophie, sat at the breakfast table, swinging her legs back and forth as she ate her cereal. "Mommy, can I wear my sparkly shoes today?" Sophie asked, her eyes lighting up. Lena smiled as she set Mark's coffee on the counter. "Of course, sweetheart. Just make sure they match your outfit." Mark entered the kitchen, adjusting his tie, warning Lena. "Is my briefcase ready?" "By the door," Lena replied, handing him a slice of toast. "Do you need me to confirm your lunch meeting with Mr. Callahan?" "Already taken care of," Mark said, glancing at his watch. "Busy day ahead. Thanks for keeping everything running smoothly." He kissed her on the cheek before grabbing his briefcase and heading out. Later that evening, Lena was tucking Sophie into bed. "Can you read me another story, Mommy?" Sophie pleaded. "Just one more," Lena said with a laugh, pulling a book from the shelf. As she read, her mind drifted to the tasks she still had to complete for Mark's upcoming client dinner. Mark had come home and left to go to the gym. After Sophie was asleep, Lena headed to the kitchen to tidy up. She noticed Mark's phone buzzing on the counter and saw the name, Stacy, flash across the screen. Her curiosity got the better of her, and she picked it up. The texts were unmistakably intimate. When Mark returned home later that night, after working out, Lena confronted him. "Mark, who's Stacy?" she asked, her voice trembling. Mark froze. "Lena, He sighed heavily. "It's not what you think. It was a mistake." Mark's silence was answer enough. The days that followed were tense. Mark grew distant, brushing off Lena's attempts to talk about their marriage. One evening, he dropped a bombshell. "Lena, I want a divorce," he said bluntly. "Stacy's pregnant. I need to be there for my son." Lena stared at him, stunned. "Your son? What about Sophie? What about us?" "You'll be fine," Mark said dismissively. "I'll make sure you're taken care of." But as the legal proceedings began, it became clear Mark had no intention of making things easy. He claimed full ownership of their house and most of their savings. "You haven't contributed financially, Lena," he said coldly during one argument. "Why should you get anything?" Lena turned to her best friend, Rachel, for support. "I don't even know where to start," Lena admitted, tears streaming down her face. Rachel pulled her into a hug. "We'll figure this out together. First, you need a good lawyer." Rachel introduced Lena to Evelyn, a sharp and compassionate divorce attorney. "You have rights, Lena," Evelyn assured her. "We'll make sure you and Sophie are protected." Lena also started freelancing as a writer, rediscovering her passion and earning an income. One evening, Sophie noticed Lena working at her laptop. "What are you doing, Mommy?" Sophie asked. "I'm writing, sweetheart," Lena replied with a smile. "It's something I used to love doing before you were born. Can I see?" Sophie climbed onto Lena's lap, and Lena showed her a story she was working on. "That's beautiful, Mommy. You're the best writer ever." The divorce proceedings were grueling. Mark's lawyer tried to paint Lena as an unfit parent, but Evelyn presented Lena's detailed journals as evidence of her contributions to the family and Mark's infidelity. The judge ruled in Lena's favor, granting her primary custody of Sophie and a fair share of the marital assets. "You did it, Lena," Rachel said after the final hearing. "You stood up for yourself." Lena smiled through her tears. "I couldn't have done it without you." Months later, Lena and Sophie moved into a cozy apartment. One evening, as Sophie painted at the dining table, Lena watched her with a deep sense of gratitude. "Mommy, look." Sophie held up her painting. "It's us." Lena admired the picture. "It's beautiful, sweetheart. Just like our life." Rachel visited often, always reminding Lena of her progress. "You're not just surviving, Lena. You're thriving." Lena nodded. "I've learned to stand on my own. And for Sophie, I'll keep building a brighter future." A new, stronger Lena had risen from the ashes of her divorce, and her story was just beginning.